What is up, math superstars? In this special edition of Mr. Peterson Presents, I'm bringing to you a review about how to do the area and circumference of circles here. And so underneath this video, there's a link that will give you a download for this PDF document. If you got this through Google Classroom, the video is there right underneath. And so you're going to be able to track along here with us. And so for our first problem here, we have a circle, obviously, and this dotted line going all the way across is our diameter. So we have some key information we're going to write in first. We're just going to focus on diameter and radius. Very first step before we do any equations. So we should say that the line all the way across is diameter. That's saying that is 18 meters. If we're just trying to figure out what the radius is from the center to the outside edge. We can say it's going to be half of 18 meters. So that's going to be 9 meters. So you can see the diameter is always the radius times 2. So useful information. If you can get to this point right here, you're in good shape for what we're going to do with area and circumference. So let's go ahead and figure out what the area is. So our equation for the area is going to be area equals pi times radius squared. And so we're going to focus right here on our radius. So our radius is 9. So let's go ahead and fill that into our equation. Our pi, start there, is always 3.14 times our radius squared is going to be 9 squared. So now let's go ahead and do some order operations. We're going to do the exponents first. So our exponent 9 squared, 9 times 9 gives us 81 times 3.14. So now using our trusty handy dandy calculator, 3.14 times 81 gives us an area of 254.34 meters squared. And so let's go ahead and fill that in with our area here. Area right there at the line, 254.34 meters squared. So just to recap for the area now. To recap for the area, we always start with our equation. We replace pi, the symbol for pi is 3.14, times our radius. So we're going to use our radius here, 9 squared. We do our exponent first. 9 times 9 gives us 81. And then 81 times 3.14 gives us that area of 254.34 meters squared. So there is our area. Let's go ahead and do the circumference. So the circumference, our equation for that is going to be C for circumference is equal to pi times diameter. So what we're going to do is now we're going to focus and we're going to use the diameter. So we say that the circumference equals pi, which is 3.14, times 18 for our diameter. So using our handy dandy trusty calculator, 3.14 times 18 gives us our circumference is 56.52, and this is just going to be meters for our label. So we can go ahead and fill that in, 56.52 meters. And so to recap for circumference, we start with this equation. You'll always be given this equation. You don't have to memorize it. We're going to replace pi with 3.14, and then we're going to focus on our diameter, which is 18. Replace d with 18, and then we just do order operations. 3.14 times 18 gives us 56.52 meters. So now let's take a look at this circle. So we're going to figure out what the information is given. So our very first step here, we have the line going from the center to the outside edge is our radius. So we say our radius is 7 centimeters. We need to figure out what the diameter is. The diameter is a line that's going all the way across through the center. That total line, that's also going to be 7 centimeters plus 7 centimeters is 14 centimeters. So we always know that the radius, define diameter, we take the radius and we multiply that by 2 to get our diameter. Now let's go to figure out our area. Area is going to equal to pi times radius squared. What we do is we replace pi with 3.14. And now we need to use our radius for this problem. So radius would be 7, and then we take that to the power of 2. Now let's go ahead and do some steps. So we got to do our exponent first. 7 squared gives us 49. We rewrite our whole equation. So now let's go ahead and do 3.14 times 49. Gives us our area being equal to 153.86 centimeters squared. And so by following just some simple steps here, focusing first on radius and diameter, if you can get those two parts first, you're going to be in great shape. And so let's go ahead and fill in our area here. Nice. We're so close to rocking this question here. So let's go ahead and figure out our circumference. Our circumference equals pi times diameter. So for pi is 3.14, and our diameter for this one is 14 centimeters. Let's go ahead and do 14 times 3.14. Gives us a circumference of 43.96 centimeters. So let's go ahead and fill that in, 43.96 centimeters. Last but certainly not least, we have problem number 3. So we got to figure out what information we have here. And so we're given the line going all the way through the circle, going through the center. We have our diameter is 8 feet. So let's go ahead and fill that in for diameter. But now we got to figure out what the radius is. That's the center point going to the edge here. That's only half of our diameter. So we can say that the radius is going to be 4 feet. So now let's go ahead and use the area and circumference equations. So we have area is equal to pi times our radius squared. The area equals pi, which is 3.14, times our radius is what we're going to use. So we're going to do 4 squared. So we do our exponent first, which is 16. 4 times 4 is what we're looking at. And now let's go ahead and finish it off by doing 3.14 times 16, giving us our area is equal to 50.24 feet squared. So let's go ahead and fill that in for our area. So now let's go ahead and do our circumference. So the equation for circumference is circumference equals pi times diameter. We know that pi is always 3.14 times our diameter, which is 8 feet. So our circumference is 3.14 times 8. And our handy dandy calculator gives us 25.12 feet. So what I want you to do is, using these examples that we gave, your very first step is you're going to find the diameter and the radius using the picture, which you did a fantastic job doing that for the first 3. If you can get that far, go ahead and try to use the equation for area and the equation for circumference. You can use a calculator. Make sure you use 3.14 for pi. And what I want you to do is you're going to bring this with you. So if you do this video and you bring the sample problems with you, I want to check it out to see where you're stuck at. And so if you're stuck, maybe you're just stuck, you keep going, you're 4 squared, you keep saying that's 8 when it should be 16. Those are easy fixes. But just this helps out to see where you're stuck at, where we'll be able to help you out. So once again, if you're If you're going to be using this video, let me know. Give me a shout out in the comments below or in Google Classroom. I'll be more than happy to help you the rest of the way.